Hello and welcome back to the Action Window with me, your boy Action Johnny. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Agripinaa VII shotgun. And we'll be testing it with a new and improved version of the level 5 talent Exhilarating Takedown. Historically speaking, this talent has not really found a place in veteran builds, mainly due to it being more high risk and less consistent than the other two choices on this row. Well, that might now be about to change, with the new buffed version of this talent stacking 10% damage reduction, up to a maximum of 30% at 3 stacks. Now, that might not be much on its own, but when you combine it with unwavering focus and good old-fashioned counterfire, it becomes quite apparent just how much you can shrug off gunfire without even caring. If there was ever a family of weapons that Exhilarating Takedown was designed for, it's shotguns. Thanks to their spread, it is very easy to hit consistent headshots of shotguns, and with the Agripinaa VII being slated as the shotgun to be aiming at weak spots with, it seems like a match made in heaven. Talking about the gun itself for a second, this thing is an absolute beast. While the Lawbringer feels mid and lackluster at every range, and the Cantrail feels strong but very limited in its range and ammo consumption, the Agripinaa feels like the shotgun the veteran has been waiting for. It has absolutely disgusting weak point damage when aiming down sights, and the damage drop-off over range doesn't seem to be as punishing as the other two shotguns. The most intriguing aspect of it, though, is the slug round, which can hit some amazing one-shot breakpoints across a bunch of enemies when you've rolled up an optimal version of the gun. We'll talk a bit more about that at the end of the video in the build and loadout breakdown. A quick intro to the game itself here. This was a random pickup group with no voice chat, playing on Damnation with the new Shock Gauntlet modifier, which is a pretty wild time if you haven't tried it yet. This condition definitely keeps you on your toes, and I'm really looking forward to giving this and high intensity mixed together a go when that finally comes up for me. Anyway, that's enough preamble for now. Let's get into the gameplay, and I'll see you on the other side. And now we're into the commentary. So yeah, if you've been watching this little intro bit, playing as I did my scripted intro there, you would have seen some cool things happening with the shotgun. See, like, that headshot to me looked like it was a little to the right of his head, but it still counted. Which is kind of what I was talking about in the intro back there, for how sort of generous the hitbox of the ADS shotgun is in order to trigger Exhilarating Takedown. So yeah, let's talk about some cool stuff with this weapon that I've discovered in my nigh on 24 hours of testing with it. So, first things first, the slug shot deals insane damage. It can basically one-shot every single special that isn't the mutie out of volley fire, as long as you hit them in the head. So that, in and of itself, is pretty amazing. I'm struggling to think of another gun that can hit those one-shot breakpoints on specials outside of volley fire. Because even the plasma gun struggles to do that on some of them. The other awesome thing about the slug round is that it triggers the full bore blessing. We'll talk a little bit more about what that does at the end of the video. But it's a super reliable way to trigger that blessing and then start the murder spree when it comes to keeping your counterfire up. So as I mentioned, this mission was the new Shock Gauntlet modifier. So lots of special enemies, and hopefully lots of getting to see the slug do cool things. Yeah, it really feels like you've got like a pocket rifle sometimes. Apparently I suck at aiming though, so never mind.
certainly feels that way, associate.
Headhunting.
Yeah, so obviously we're not operating at the ideal range for this shotgun right now, but you can still see it's not doing a bad job, all things considered.
Almost dead. Ah, drag gunner.
That's probably a little too high there.
Give him fire.
So another cool thing about this build is just how much gunfire you can shrug off in counterfire. The exhilarating takedown stacks are pretty easy to build with a shotgun. It's that little icon you can see now with the 1 on my buff lineup. Kind of looks like an inquisitorial eye with a 1 when it triggers. Here they come. No more terrifying sound than 3 bursters all pinging together at once. Why does this always happen in my games? There's a demon host there, apparently, that someone just aggroed. Oh, I messed that one up. 4 bursters, there you go. Well, that could have definitely been the end of me if I'd messed up a second one there. Now we've got this whole demon host problem to deal with. This is the second game I've put out on my channel in a row where someone on the squad has accidentally aggroed the demon host. And now it's killing everyone. Kind of breaking my own rule here, but generally when this happens, you just want to slowly walk away from it and wait for it to kill 2 people. This is a super, super risky moment, and I just get the res off, but he gets hit by the sniper. I can't let this guy die, though. If the demon host kills 2 and he falls off just after, then that's looking really bad with the special condition. Yanni's dead. Bazia's dead. It's just me and Big Barden. We're looking a little worse for wear.
You reckon this is the end of it, Toma? Not while all grins Billy's Arab surprise coming up.
2 stacks of exhilarating takedown there. Yeah, so pretty spicy start to the game, but it doesn't look like we're in too much of a spot after that, because luckily most of the shooters were already dead before we dropped down. I've really got to be better at remembering to load my shotgun in the downtime.
I feel another headshot coming on.
You can tell when I've got the slug round in the gun because the crosshair changes to this thing you see here. And it makes a sick sound when you shoot it. The other thing you'll be noticing about the slug in this game is that whatever you shoot it at, it just goes straight down onto its ass like a sack of shit. Including crushers. It's like got a Thunderhammer levels of stagger, which is really cool. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, Johnny, yeah, sure. It's a shotgun. You like shotguns. You definitely haven't been one to play with the S tier loadouts in the content featured on your channel. So is this actually good, or are you just chirpsing this up to sell the video? And I'm gonna stand by my opinion here and say it is good. It is a good shotgun. It can hold down being the only veteran on Damnation, which is a role shotgun vets can struggle in. Killing shooters sometimes on Damnation as the only veteran with a shotgun. But I didn't really feel that with this weapon at any point over all the games I played in the last 24 hours. And you can see there, I'm just like ignoring whatever's shooting me from the right. Because between unwavering focus and counterfire and exhilarating takedown, I've just got some nutty damage resistance going on. Now, I'm sure it doesn't stack additively, because otherwise you'd be sat at 105% damage resistance at 3 stacks of exhilarating takedown. So it has to stack multiplicatively. But still, going from 75% damage resistance to like, I don't know, whatever it would be, somewhere around 85 or 90 probably. It's a lot of damage resistance. You can pretty much walk into gunfire with this build and not take damage as long as you are hitting those headshots reliably. And you're not just getting the damage resistance as well, you're actually getting 15% toughness back with each kill as well. So the shooters in a lot of instances just can't tank your toughness quick enough to really do any damage to you. And of course you've got all the bonuses from being in volley fire, like suppression resistance, stagger resistance, all the good stuff. Should probably mention as well at this point, because I haven't yet, the other 3 talents I'm running on this build are both of the ammo reload wands. Can't remember what they're called. The one on the 25 row and the one on the 10 row. And I am running grenade regeneration for the team on elite kills, which I pretty much always do when I play veteran because the value is just so high. So that right there, that was a one-shot headshot on the Tox Flamer. An absolutely great feeling. Just imagine if I could aim worth a damn. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Yeah, I do apologize for any little slight FPS drops in this video. I really haven't changed my graphics settings since the game was released. On certain missions, it's fine. On other missions, I get little stutters here and there. It's a bit annoying because I know my system should be able to run this game on the settings I have it on. But, yeah, the game still needs optimization work. It is getting better, though. It is still getting better. I can hear the sniper, but I can't see it. The pain there. All things considered, despite there being 2 Ogrins in this party, I haven't had my shots blocked that much, which I'm very grateful for. That is the most frustrating thing about playing veteran with Ogrin. And I think we can all agree nothing feels quite as bad when playing the veteran as an Ogrin that just has no mindfulness as to your position and their position at all. But both these guys were pretty good. Big Barden especially, I feel I developed a bit of a bond with over this run, being the only 2 survivors of the Demon Host attack. Oh, nice. I mean, it doesn't do loads of damage to Crushers. I think on the weak spot hit with my gun, it does around 500 damage. But it will always knock them on their ass.
Ammo! I advise against unnecessary inhalation. Time.
Okay, so we're at 3 stacks of accelerating takedown now. Hopefully something will shoot me so you can see how little damage it does. Nope. Ooh, I will say one really cool thing about unwavering focus, exhilarating takedown, and counterfire is that if you get hit by a sniper, it doesn't even go through your toughness if you have full toughness. So keep that in mind. Very handy.
Point and shoot, militarum style.
There is no feeling quite as satisfying as pressing F with a slug loaded into your shotgun and just blapsing whatever poor special end up spawning in front of you. So of all the Shock Gauntlet special condition missions that I played over the last 24 hours, this one didn't seem like the most strenuous. Maybe that's just because we were breezing through the level
Easy, pal. I've got you.
in a relatively killy manner.
Neutralize.
But yeah, I'd really be intrigued to see what it's like with the high intensity modifier as well. That just sounds like it'll be nuts. And will make for some entertaining content. Content for the content gods.
Choppers down and dead. I feel another headshot coming on. We've got an assault group.
Deploy explosives.
Gotta say, I do love this level. Definitely one of my favorites in terms of just its length, its layout. Just a quick, fun, snappy level. Not too difficult, but a couple of challenging parts in it. Yeah, that guy was really caught out of position there.
Hey, Bomber, I've got something for you. Eat this, ugly.
It's just been like constant snipers for the last 4 minutes. Jokes. Okay, so this is actually super cool, if I remember correctly. I don't think I realized at the time of recording this, but the other thing we've got to say about the slugs is it does ridiculous damage to the weak spot. Look at that, man. Just look at that. I just absolutely annihilated that beast of Nurgle there. Really, really hype.
I urge you not
And I didn't even realize that was me at the time of recording this video. It sounds like I'm being a little contrived here with that message to the chat, but I just shot the weak spot with a gun. So yeah, anyone that is telling you that this weapon is like not viable or bad, or you know you can't use it on Damnation because it's a shotgun or whatever, just ignore them. It's none of those things. It's really, really good.
Beast is killed! Watch out! Bomber! Sniper slain! Red medic! Bomber dead!
Really, really enjoyed this patch a lot. Obviously, the crafting one was very important for the game's longevity and its road to recovery, shall we say. But nothing makes me happier in Tide games than new weapons to play around with and new builds.
Ammo! Maybe the Emperor does love me.
Let's talk ammo economy on this shotgun for a sec. It's really feels a lot better than the other two. A lot better. I can manage my ammo pretty well on the Lawbringer because I've played with it a bunch, but you know, I'd be lying if I said there weren't games where you end up struggling a bit. And to be honest, I probably won't touch the Cantrail shotgun on this class. I just don't think it has enough. It just feels too specialized to be a veteran weapon, really. I'm definitely going to try it on the Zealot. But, you know, as the veteran, you just need to be able to constantly be shooting things, and you need to be able to hit things that are far away. And the Cantrail looks like it has ammo economy problems, but not this shotgun, not the Agripinaa. The 13 rounds in the chamber with a good ammo score, the just larger reserve, you know, it's these little things that really make a difference. If they gave shotguns faster reloads across the board, then, you know, there's nothing stopping this weapon from jumping to S tier, if that were to happen. As it stands, I'd probably put this weapon in A tier at the minute. Strong, good against a lot of things, but has some limitations. And that's another thing I really like about shotguns in this game is the stagger on them is just amazing for knocking specials down. They may not always kill specials as quickly as some other guns, but knocking them down, that they do pretty reliably. Reliably.
All that pose. Something! Something! Sniper!
Okay, another boss here, the Plague Ogren. I got really tunnel vision on killing this bomber. There we go. So with the slug round on the mutie, oof. Yeah, again, really big damage there. Sorry, I paused what I was saying. Yeah, with the slug damage on the mutie, if you hit them in the head with it, which is quite easy to do when they're charging at you, it really does. It takes a big chunk of HP off, making them much easier to sort of melee to death when they finally reach you. So it is well worth lining up a ranging shot when the mutie's charging you with the slug. And I've definitely misplayed here and gotten myself shot to death. You know, one day I will complete a run as the veteran without going down. Don't know what it is with this class. I cannot get through a game without making a positioning error and getting myself killed.
How do I explain it? Big Guleman smash chaos real good. Got it? Marines. Impressive.
Yeah, not too bad of a time to kill there on the Poxburster. You can see it took 1 slug and 2 ordinary shots. The Poxbursters do die to a single headshot with a slug if you can hit that. Outside of volley fire as well. So something to keep in mind there. Just awesome, man. It's just such a satisfying gun. Firing manically down this sluice here. I don't know if you guys ever get this, but sometimes when I press F and I see all the yellow, I kind of get a little bit too excited and just go into, yeah, get some mode, you know? Not really much to say about the team play in this game. Everyone's doing a great job staying tight, not wandering off. The Ogryn, having 2 Ogryns is just such a joy in Damnation. So much control. And you never really appreciate what the Psych is doing unless you've played Psyker, but they were playing really well as well. I guess I'll just stay in this corner while my teammates have fun. Ooh, Catafire not up and I'm getting shredded. Yep, Past Dan wisely backed off from that situation. Past Johnny, sorry. Definitely my real name. That was just such a terrible shot just then. And you'd think with a shotgun you would have issues staying in counterfire, but you can sort of just about manage it with this one. Well, you do need the ammo reload talents, but well worth it. Oh, 2 dogs instead of 1. Otherwise, probably would have been okay there. It's games like this where I really, really wish there was a scoreboard And I know there's a mod, and I know I should probably play with it, but I'm not really interested in playing with mods until they or someone makes a mod launcher where I can just manage it all from that and not like start messing around with text files. I know it's not that difficult, but I just really can't be bothered. If it's not easy and convenient enough, then yeah, I'll just wait until it is. Well, we've pretty much slaughtered our way through this level. So just told Soldiery McCaptainson to go. And we're on the home stretch.
Hey, sticky fingers! Share the ammo! Do not do it again, I promise. Purser is looking for new bodyguards. Might apply.
So in this fight, you're going to see me shoot the captain's shield a lot with the slug round. Just because I was curious to see how much damage it did to the slug round. And it turns out it's actually not bad. I find not so much this boss encounter, but the boss itself I find just really dangerous to the veteran, especially in the other arena. Like if you get hit by his shield break or his toughness break attack, the AoE one, it sets you up for a very quick death in that arena afterwards. Yeah, and it doesn't do bad shield damage. It doesn't do amazing shield damage. Oh, but it does do pretty brutal HP damage on him. So I think I just opt to hang back and clear chaff while the Ogrins go to town on this guy. Two Ogrins just really can pretty much handle this on their own.
I've got you now.
Like, it definitely doesn't do bad damage against the shields. It does about as much as a melee antact hit. The regular shots don't really do much at all. And that's the end of him. And there we go. Almost made that look trivial, but you know, with Darktide, there's always a bit of RNG going on the spawn generator, so maybe it just gave us a bit more of an easier time in that Damnation run. Either that, or I just had an amazing party and was too tunnel visioned on slugging things to really pay much attention to it. But yeah, there you go. Damnation, Shock Gauntlet, solo veteran with a shotgun. It can be done. And it can be done well. Right, that's it for gameplay. Let's go and talk about my build and loadout now. Okay, now that we've seen the gameplay, let's talk about the build. So, coming up on your screen now is the exact build I just used for that run. Already talked about this quite a bit in the run, and there's nothing too unexpected here, apart from exhilarating takedown, which I feel I've done to death by now. So let's move on to the weapon, and this be it. So as you can see here, I've got myself a pretty optimized version of the gun. Sadly not perfect. I'm one level off full bore being max, and I'm 2% off 10% weak spot damage. And annoyingly, that does matter with one enemy specifically, which I'll go into in just a moment. Let's talk about what breakpoints this exact version of the gun can hit. So, outside of volley fire, this thing can one-shot headshot every single special that isn't the mutie. And yes, that does include the pox bursters. It can also one-shot headshot every single non-ogre and non-mauler elite apart from the naked rager or the unarmored rager, whatever you want to call that guy. But if I had 10% weak spot damage instead of 8, then I would be able to one-shot him as well. So that 2% does matter. Talking volley fire breakpoints for a sec, you can get one-shot headshots against all the gunner elites without the special ammunition and within the shotgun's effective range. You also get one-shot breakpoints on all the shooter enemies at longer distances, assuming, of course, you're hitting them in the head. You can still one-shot these enemies outside of volley fire, but it will be a little less consistent at longer ranges. Looking quickly at my curios, I run 3 times Toughness Blessing, just for extra toughness to tank gunfire shots so I can stay in the fight longer. I roll block efficiency and stamina regeneration on all 3, as that helps me survive melee encounters longer. And for the 3rd slot, if you have the luxury of choosing, I'd probably go with health, toughness regeneration, or sprint efficiency. Anyways, that's going to be it for this build breakdown and this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.